Welcome to our Valentine's special video.
Hi guys, it's Abby again blessing you with another transformation video. So today we'll show you how we transformed our living room into a cozy and romantic space for your date night in. We are also excited to share that we collaborated with a talented and beautiful local artist here in Edmonton named Eam Biando. This is her Instagram account and here are some of her work. She makes digital art and hand paintings. Keep watching to see the magic we have made. For now, let's go intro.
So we're here on my favorite shop in the world. What we're finding is we need to find a board that will fit the mirrors that we'll be putting in the wall after deliver it. Looking, this is the one we'll be buying. This is the cheapest one that we can find. And it's one of the lightest that we can also suspend in the wall. Keep in mind, this is already heavy. We're gonna put mirrors on top. It's gonna make it a lot heavier. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting ordeal. Beyonce, are you enjoying what you're doing?
Yeah.
So what exactly are you doing?
I'm putting dowels in between these mirrors, but we are not putting the mirrors just yet.
So you're just making sure the size is perfect.
We used glue and double adhesive tape to stick the dowels onto the thin plywood. It is important to have a helping hand for a quicker process. Look at what teamwork can do. We painted the frame black. We chose black color for a reason. Keep watching to see why.
So finally, we have this piece on the wall. It was a really chore putting it up here because it's not light. We had to screw it all through the studs, and just to make sure that we can take this out when we leave this place in the future, we're gonna put the mirror in Velcro so we can just easily take out the mirror, unscrew it. One down, and plenty more to go. Yes, why did you choose to go with that type of color for the Christmas lights?
So I chose, well, they're the same color, the lamp and the Christmas lights. They're very similar color. I picked those because I wanted to bring warmth into the space. Because the room is very white. If you just see, like, look at the room, it's very white. So you want to bring warmth into the space. And one key ways of doing it is by bringing in warm light. We crafted a lot of furniture in here. We did the farmer's chair, the dresser, the center table, side table, and footstool. We went to that route because we wanted our space to be custom into our liking. We wanted it to be unique, and we want to make sure that it's not just something that you can just buy from the store.
And keep in mind, disclaimer, there's nothing wrong of things of buying it from big box
Very
stores.
true.
It's not, we're not intending that it's a bad idea to do that, but in our interest of being creative, prefer to refurbish. It's also environmentally friendly to
Reuse and
reuse
recycle,
and recycle or refurbish the furnitures that people often just throw away. Speaking of the mirror, because I'll be honest, the mirrors was really the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
When Abby was telling me, okay, this is the plan, this is what's gonna happen, it was a long conversation because I'm like, how are we gonna make that work? Because first of all, mirrors are not light.
They're pretty heavy.
They're pretty heavy is an understatement, especially to the degree of what Abby wants to happen.
If you combine all the mirrors together and if you just try to carry all of them, it's
Very heavy. So putting a mirror that's 15 feet long on a wall is a pretty nerve-wracking ordeal, because how will I be able to put a suspended weight on the wall without the mirror crashing down on the ground?
We basically have to be very creative
Indeed.
with doing the mirror. So we used a very thin plywood, and then we painted black on it with the dowels dividing each of the mirrors, then put the mirrors on it.
Why did you choose to go with that direction of the size of the mirror?
The size of the mirror is pretty gigantic. The reason for that is because the height of this room is at least 18 feet. So we wanted to emphasize the height of the room and even make the room bigger.
And why did you choose to go with the black color?
I chose the black because we use quite a lot of black into the space in combination with the off-white. So we just wanted to make sure that it's cohesive with everything else.
Indeed. It's not just the custom made in this room as well. Even the plant holders that is in the wall are also custom made by Abby herself.
Yeah.
So can you please tell us the story of your inspiration and why you did it?
Well, there's already blacks and grays and off-white into the space. I wanted the accent color to be blue. So I utilized all of the blue pots and then put ropes right around it, braided around it as well, and then put bows right around into each one of it.
Why did you choose blue? Because there's different colors, there's different hues. With black and white, why blue?
I chose blue because I wanted the room to have the cool effect right at the bottom of the space, because on top it's very warm with the lighting, so you wanted to layer that with cool tones, so it neutralizes everything.
Interesting.
So cool tones with the warm tones, it creates that very cohesive space that is, it's not too cold, it's not too warm either. It's just perfect.
And what do you think the effect will be if we had the warm colors in here with the warm light?
It's going to look flat and boring.
Really?
Yeah, with the lighting. For example, the lighting is already yellow. If you added red or orange or yellow into the space, it's gonna look flat.
You did use a lot of textures in the space, and to everyone, can you please tell them what this texture means?
So texture is basically like how you feel when you touch something, right? So we added a lot of texture into the space because we do not want the space to be flat. So we added the wool blanket, we have the fur blanket, we have the weaved blanket, we have the weaved pillowcase, we have the velvet footstool. We added texture into the space because we want to make sure that it's not flat, it's not boring,
Indeed.
right?
The old fireplace had the picture frames on top of the mantle, and you told me before that you want the fireplace to be the focal point. How were you able to accomplish that, and how were you able to make the color of the bricks cohesive with the space?
So first of all, I wanted to get rid of all the pictures right on top of the mantle because yes, it isn't in the middle of the room, but it takes the attention out of the fireplace. So what I did is we put the lamp right on top of the fireplace, put it basically in the middle. So when you look at the lamp, you can look directly straight down to the fireplace, and it creates that cohesive effect because the color of the fire is cohesive with the color of the lamp.
Interesting.
And there is a terracotta color for the fireplace. I did not want to get rid of it or paint on top of it or like basically just change it up.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for that is because I like the color of it.
It's actually very nice.
It's very nice. It's a warm color, and how I made it cohesive with the whole room is I added the terracottas with the planters. So we have the one planter in the center table, we have the one on the side table, and so as the one by the mirror.
Why did you specifically choose to put the painting behind us?
So I specifically chose to put the painting right behind us is because right across from us, by the mirror, is the entryway. So when you go into the space, you can literally see the painting right away. It's ginormous, so you cannot miss it.
And one challenge that we had in this space was to create a space that's a living space and also an office space for my brother.
Yeah.
Because my brother do play games on his computer. So how were you able to separate the living room and the office space?
So how I separated it while making it cohesive into the space is that the table is already white, so we added lots of white into the space. How I separated it was using a rug. So it creates the separation of the office space and the living area.
I didn't know that a rug can create that effect.
Yeah, rugs can create that effect without you putting a wall, a literal wall right in between.
What other services do you offer? So right now you did a painting for us, for our living room, for our viewers. What value can you add to them?
I'm doing not just the painting, traditional painting, but I also do like digital painting, illustrations, like the realism, nature, abstract, like whatever they want. Yeah, and I also like to do graphic design. So yeah.
On this painting that we have here, that's acrylic, correct? Do you also do oil-based painting?
Yeah, I do oil-based painting. Yeah.
Wow, that's very hard, and you can do that?
Yes.
That's talent right there.